Piece by piece, things are coming together. Hello, everyone. I'm Schuyler Callihan. This is another episode of Between the Ears here on Mountaineers Now. Darren DeVries getting another commitment out of the transfer portal in Javon Small. We'll talk about his addition, what he brings to the table, kind of the outlook of the roster at this moment. But first, again, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel at Mountaineers Now. Give us a like and then head over to X to follow us there at the same exact handle. So, Javon Small, Oklahoma State transfer, coming to Morgantown. He's got 1 year of eligibility left. This is a big-time commitment here for West Virginia. They needed, in my opinion, another big-time scoring guard or scoring option. That didn't necessarily have to be a guard, I guess, but certainly one that can handle the ball, kind of run things at the point. Javon can play both on and off the ball, and he's talented. I mean, let's just be flat out honest here. This is probably the biggest, I would say, commit so far out of the portal outside of Darren's son Tucker. Yeah, I mean, he's the most talented, most proven guy, I should say. Now, Monty Hansberry, Sincere Harris, two former four-star recruits that landed at Illinois out of high school and then both recently transferred to West Virginia. They're talented kids as well, very high potential. But Javon Small, he's the one that's put together the most thus far in his career. He actually started his career at East Carolina. He played 2 years there. The first year, he got about 9 or 10 minutes a game. Didn't really play a whole lot. Year two, boy, oh boy, did this kid take off. He averaged 15.8, 5.6 assists, and really kind of blossomed into the player that made him so appealing to many people a year ago when he entered the transfer portal. Oklahoma State obviously scooped him up. And in 1 year with the Cowboys, these stats are amazing. I mean, you always wonder sometimes with kids that, they make that jump, whether it's from D2 to D1 or in football FCS to FBS, in college basketball from the low major or mid-major level up to the high major. You always wonder, like, can they actually make a successful transition and have the similar type of impact or very close to it that they had at their previous stop? Well, I mean, with Javon Small, like I said, in year two with Eastern Carolina, he was averaging 15.8 and 5.6. At Oklahoma State, in his 1 year there, he averaged 15.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 1 steal a game, and he shot 44% from the field, 37% from three-point range. Yeah, I think the kid can play. I mean, holy crap. That is quite the impact that he had at Oklahoma State. Actually ended up getting Big 12 honorable mention at the end of the year. And one of the other kind of intriguing stats about him is that he has drawn a team-high 102 fouls while in Stillwater. That's unreal. So that's both ends of the floor, not just defensively. It's not like he took 102 charges, but that's incredible. He's a two-way player. He's tough. He's intense. Plays with a tremendous amount of energy. West Virginia fans are really going to like Javon Small. In his one game against West Virginia this past season, he went 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. He had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. So he certainly produced in front of the Mountaineers, obviously not in front of this coaching staff, but this is quite the pickup for West Virginia. And now I'll go ahead and throw this up here too. This is the updated roster as of this moment. And Aiden Teglow and Elson, that's the one that's kind of the big question mark right now. We don't really know whether or not he's going to be a part of this basketball team in 24-25. it seemed to be like it was kind of a 1-year deal with Josh Schuyler, and so I think this is going to be kind of a wait and see situation there. But KJ Tenner, you also have incoming freshman, very small guard, very short, very thin. He's going to have to add a little bit of weight, which is obviously not going to be a problem at West Virginia. But this is going to be a team that still needs another, let's say, 4 or 5 more players to kind of really fill out this roster. You look at the front court there, you got Amani Hansberry, Toby Okani, Eduardo Andre. Okani and Andre are both very defensive minded or defensive geared players. So I think adding somebody that can score around the rim, not that those two can't, but I think somebody that's more offensive minded or maybe more efficient on that end of the floor is something West Virginia should look at. And then also you have 2 guards. You have Sincere Harris, Javon Small, Tucker and Ofri are kind of tweeners. They can handle the ball. They can play off the wing. But I think you need to add some more guard depth for sure, especially if Aiden Tagovailoa Nelson is not going to be a part of this thing. And even if he is, I mean, it's hard to be, it's hard to be able to expect much out of him considering, he joined the program halfway through the year last year. And this is a new coaching staff. He's going to have to relearn everything. And that's not to say that the kid can't do it, but football is his main priority, and it should be. But we'll see. And how ready is KJ Tenner? That's the thing. I mean, like I just said, I think physically he's got a little bit of ways to go. But if they feel like he can come in and at least give him, 8, 9 minutes a game, then that helps serve a need for sure. But they still need to get some more guards on this roster. So this thing is far away from being a finished product. But I think the early returns on this team are pretty damn good. Darren DeVries, Nelson Hernandez, GM, Chester Frazier have done a phenomenal job. Nick Norton of putting this thing together pretty quickly after, going through it for a couple of weeks where everyone was freaking out that they weren't adding anybody. We now see why. Like I told you a couple of weeks ago, there was no reason to panic. There was a crap ton of guys in the portal. There's still a ton of guys in the portal. The portal just closed. So if it was 2 weeks after the portal had closed and you really didn't have any additions, that would be the time to work. Now that you've got this many guys on the roster and the portal just closed, everything's going to be okay. So big time pickup with Javon Small. He's going to add a big piece to this roster. He's going to serve a big role for sure. He'll be in the starting 5. And that is going to do it for me here today. I'm Schuyler Callihan. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube page here at Mountaineers Now. Give us a like and then follow us on X at that same handle. You can follow myself at Callihan_. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for one more episode this week here on Between the Ears.